All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. So, let me just tell you about what is happening with me this morning. And first of all, I'd like to apologize for being a little tardy this morning, but I wanted to share with you that, as soon as you get on the computer, this thing decides that it wants to update. And that's exactly what happened this morning. But nonetheless, I am here and I am very excited about being here to share some good things with you. So I know that if you attended last time, we were talking about the arts and creative expression, but today we are talking about conflict resolution and communication and what that actually means when we're talking about communication. It is more than just you know talking it out and things like that. But I want to give you some actual tips and skills and things to really move forward with. So, first of all, welcome. Who am I? I am Dr. Andrea Blue. I am the CXO and Executive Director of Blue Pathways Educational Mentorship Services, as well as the ED or the Executive Director of Blue Diamonds Training and Consulting. And what are we about? We're all about our Black girls, youth, and women ages 11 through 25 plus. And what do we focus on with Blue Pathways? We're all about mentorship, coaching, and help you to figure out those skills as you navigate with getting your first job in the leadership, workforce training, and development areas. And so we do a lot of hands-on activities, and we really get you into the community, connected to doing some great community service and finding out what you want to do in life, and not what someone else is telling you um, that you should do. So, what are we talking about today? We are really just focusing on getting ready for our next steps and really just kind of guiding you through this process, because life is going to be crazy for you. And if you're ready for it to lighten up a little bit, I can tell you that it's only going to get busier. So, this week we are talking about conflict resolution and communication. So, I'd like to welcome you, and I want you to know that this is a relaxed atmosphere. This is, if you want to come on and you want to do comments and post something on here for me to answer any questions, I would be more than happy to do that. So I want to say welcome to you. And I've shared with you what the purpose of this workshop is. It's to really just cultivate, and this is focused on Blue Diamonds, and which we're helping individuals get certified for the culinary arts. And if you're interested in the cleaning industry, we're helping you get started with that as well. So we really love the space that we're in. So I wanted to really talk about what conflict resolution is, and and communication, and I always like to do a hands-on piece to it, because I know that when you're talking about conflict resolution, you have to often, you can't just have it in your head thinking it through. You have to really put some action behind it. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to make a vision board together today. If you've never made a vision board, we're going to do that together today. Okay. So I am pulling it up right now so that I can share my screen with you, and you'll be able to see how to do it, and you'll be able to do it exactly from home, because I know that it's very important for you to have something that you can look forward to. So we know that when we're thinking about a vision board, we often think about just having this poster board and things for people to share and to see about what we're doing. But I want to share with you that your vision board is personal. That is not anything that you should be sharing with anyone else. It's not something that you should really even be talking about. It is something that you are doing as a personal. It's almost like your personal journal. And you want to make sure that you are not just sharing that with someone. You want to make sure that you're doing this because you are looking at things visually, and you're preparing for your next steps, right? And sometimes we like to have things that we can look forward to. So, say for instance, I wanted a car. I wanted this car. I needed a new car. So I kept going to the car lot and I kept driving different cars until I found the one that was like me. And when I did, it was like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to manifest in my life, to say these are the things that I'm going to bring to life for me. So, and that happens, and it's really true. This is not like any witchcraft or anything like that, because what you speak becomes life. Whatever you talk about becomes life. So if you over there talking about TikTok and video games and foolishness and girls and boys and things like that, that's what's going to manifest in your life, and that's what's going to be on your nerves. That's what. But if you focus it on something positive, you're not going to always be in middle school. You're not going to always be in high school. You're not going to always be in college. So you have to have a plan of action. Okay. So I want to tell you a little bit about it and how to actually prepare for our activity today. So you might not have everything that you need right now, but I'm going to tell you these are the items that you need in order for you to do this activity. Now, you can do this with me, or you can do this away from where I'm at right now. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm using this person's video board to just show what it looks like and how to what it looks like to really have a vision board, and what it means to really how to use it, because I know what it is and how I use my vision board. I don't like to share it. I do have one that we've made as a family, but I do have my own vision board that I have personally. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Hold on just a second. So, oops. I think this is it. Bear with me. My computer's moving a little slow. All right. So it won't let me show it won't let me show it. So I'm gonna just talk it through, because just like an instructor, when they don't can't figure it out, this is what they do. So these are the items that you will need in order for you to do your vision board. You will need a magazine or some printed images. So if you have a printer, you can use it for your vision board. Okay. And so I always like to use my vision board to make sure that I am um, using it to the best of my ability, because I don't like to do something that is like weird or trying to copy off what somebody else is doing. My vision board is my vision board. It's not anything that I need to have someone else. So I always go and I print my images. I don't go and try to cut them out of a magazine, because maybe it's not the color that I want. Maybe it's not the image that I need. So I go ahead and I find that image after I research it on Google, and I go ahead and I find it for myself. So I am going to, since that didn't work, I'm gonna try a different thing here. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make this work, because it is going to work for me today. So what I did was I just opened up a Word document, okay? And so I'm going to share this with you right now. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, let's go to Word. So you can do the same thing, okay? You can just go to Word. And what I did was imagine this as a poster board. You can make it as big as you want to. It doesn't have to be any particular size. Mine is usually really big, and I use like a poster board because I like that size. So when it comes to actually doing my vision board, I always add a title for my vision board. Okay. I put my title on there, and then I know that I'm going to need a magazine or some images. Okay. I'm going to need some scissors. I'm going to need some glue, and I like to use tape. And you're going to need your poster board, or I've done this activity with someone that just did it with paper. Okay. So, and you're going to need markers, you're going to need colored pencils and crayons, okay? Because there's a part of the activity that I like to do. And then you're going to use um these are the items that you're going to need. So first, you're going to need this, and then number 2, you're going to need all of these things here. So 2, all of those things, okay? So you're going to need some scissors and all of that. Okay, so let me do this here. I know some of you are like, "Oh my goodness, Dr. Blue, you are really, really going slow here." I don't care what you're saying. If I'm going too slow, you can jump off, okay? And then you can watch the replay. So these are the things that I like to do when I'm doing a vision board. And so someone said to me, like, "Dr. Blue, why are you giving all this information away free?" Let me tell you something. When you want to see people grow and you want to see them have what they need, it doesn't matter what you are, sharing with them, because a lot of people are not going to do it anyway. They're going to just take this information and try to monetize on it. And I tell you that it will not work, because if you're just trying to monetize on it, it's not going to work for you, because what if people don't pay? Are you not going to do your vision board? I do my own. And I always like to do my vision board at least twice a year. I don't just do one at the end of the year. I like to really do it twice a year. So I do it like at the beginning of the year, and then I try to do it like towards the third or fourth quarter. So this is the time again that I like to do it. Okay. So, and I want to share with you why I use my vision board. The reason that I use my vision board, it is a guiding tool for me to say, these are the things that I want in life, and these are the things that I can look at visually that I can call into my life. And we know that through self discovery and visualizing, it just inspires us. It makes us feel so much better because we're able to see things that are coming to life. And I promise you, whatever you put on that vision board and you are praying over it, and this is what you really want, it's going to come to fruition. But you have to make sure that you are aligning yourself too with good people, good conversations, good attitude, good personality. And you're not just doing this because you're saying, okay, well, I want money. If you're chasing money, honey, you're doing the wrong thing, because when you start aligning yourself with great people, money will come to you. You won't ever have to chase it. So I want to tell you too that the magazines that you find, you and the images that you use, make sure that they resonate with who you are and what you're really looking for in your life. Make sure that you get some scissors that are going to be good for your hand, not anything that's going to hurt your fingers or anything like that, because you're going to be cutting out a lot of images. And then when it comes to the poster board, make sure that it is something that you can see yourself, where you can put it somewhere where it's personal for you now, and you don't want everybody to see it. Now, mine, I have it displayed, but it's so openly that people don't even pay attention to it. They don't even look at it. Nobody even thinks about it. Make sure that you got some good markers, colored pencils, and crayons so that you can have creativity. Highlight these materials and be creative. Don't try to look up vision boards and see what everybody else is doing. Try to do it from your own imagination. So when you're flipping through the images and you're looking for things, look for things that are going to help you to set your goals. So say, for instance, if you're in middle school, you know that you're going to um, graduate eventually to high school. What are some things that you want to accomplish while you're in middle school and in high school? What do you want while you're in college? Do you want an internship? Are you looking to get that new car? What is it that you're trying to do, or get that next apartment to get out of off of campus? What is it that you want? Put that on your vision board. I encourage you to look at images for personal and professional development, and for inspiration. So look for those things that are blingy, think the things that are going to inspire you to your next steps, not where you are, but in your next steps. And when I say next steps, the next month, the next 6 months down the road, not anything of where you are. And make sure that using this information and paying attention to it every day. So I want you to take that glue and that tape, and I want you to, after you found your images, start to cut them out. Place them on the board sporadically, because you're going to be able to add other things in there. So when you're thinking about that, make sure that you are reflecting on where you want to be, as I mentioned before, and always have positive sayings. So look for like positive little sayings, like good vibes. And I always like that one. What's the other one I like? The one that says like non-stop, or I always like the stop sign, but I put the no through it, the line through it, because you can't stop me. Nobody can stop me from where I'm trying to get to. If you know that you want to do something in life, make sure that you put an image of that. If you want to be a chef, put a chef on there. If you want to be in the cleaning industry, put it on there. If you want to be in tech, if you want to, whatever you decide that you want to do, make sure that you put that on there. And I want to encourage you too, that it's so important to think about these questions that I'm about to ask, because this will help you to guide you through your process. So these are questions that I like to ask during these sessions, because oftentimes people don't ask you all what you think. So when you think about conflict resolution, and as you're making your vision board, our communication is also oftentimes very low, because we're often on our social media. We're usually with our headphones on. We're not communicating with other people with our mouths. But I want you to know that you are communicating when you have your headphones. What you're saying is, I don't want to be bothered. So what if you like someone? Well, say for instance, you like this person and you want them to notice you, but you always have your headphones on, right? You're always on your phone. You never talk to them. What do you think that that is saying to them? That's saying, I don't want to be bothered. And then if you all of a sudden say, why don't people like me? Why don't people talk to me? Well, it could be because you're always on your phone, or you're always looking down, and people don't know what you are, that you really want to talk to them. So when you think about conflict resolution, I want you to think about, what is it one thing that brings a smile to your face no matter what. So when you think about communication, you should also think about, and conflict resolution, think about the smile and the way that you look. Your countenance plays a very, very important part in how people approach you. If you're always looking like you're mad and you hate the world and you frowning all the time, what do you think is going to happen? People are not going to always be looking at you and wondering, okay, well, what is wrong with this person? They're not going to care about that. They're going to think, oh my goodness, they are so mean. But in reality, you are not being mean. You just you focusing, right? But whether you're focusing or not, I want to say to you that people are paying attention to that, and they are wondering, like, what in the world is wrong with this person? So your countenance plays an important part. And so I want to say to you that when people see that, and you're not smiling, or you're not really focusing, and you're not really paying attention, and you're wondering why people don't want to talk to you, is because you're not engaging, and you're not really paying attention to your surroundings, and you're so engulfed in your phone. You know good and well there's nothing so important on that phone. That is just a cop out. That is for you to not interact with people. But you have to learn how to interact with other people, especially as you move forward in life. And when people are talking to you, give them eye contact. That's a form of communication, because when you're looking down, when people are talking to you, that's saying to you that you're saying to them that you're not paying attention to what they're saying, and you're just kind of hoping that they finish, or you're trying to stare them down. That's saying, hurry up, because you're getting on my nerves. I don't care if I'm getting on your nerves. To me, that doesn't matter to me. But also, I want to say to you that when I'm talking to you, as anyone, I want your eye contact. I want to know that you can hear me and that you can pay attention to me. So I would want you to also think about reflecting on your communication style. Some of us don't like people in our bubble. Some people don't like people really close to us. Make sure that you are focusing on that when you are communicating with people. In what situations do you find yourself more assertive, passive, or aggressive? So for me, there are certain situations that I'm more powerful and I'm more assertive in. And then there's some situations I kind of lean back a little bit because I'm like, let me see how these fools act, because people will show you who they are if you give them a chance. So, also, when we're talking about communication, we're talking about active listening. So, when we're doing active listening, I always encourage people when someone is talking, try to play in your head what they're saying or anticipate what you think that they're going to say. That will engage you, but don't put words in their mouth. But make sure that you are also paying attention to your face and how you are, what your countenance is on your face when they're talking to you. And this will help you overcome boredom when someone is talking, even when the teacher is talking. Make sure that you have something to write with. Make sure that you are writing things down and not just sitting there doodling on the page. You have to be engaged. So, say, for instance, if the teacher is talking about history and the things of the revolution and how that, I want you to imagine what it would be like to be on a battlefield fighting in a war, and here you are with a weapon in your hand and really you don't even know what it's about. So that will help you engage yourself, put yourself in that space of what it would be. And also that will help you with empathy and sympathy for other people. Put yourself in other people's shoes because everybody doesn't have it as well as you do. Or maybe on your worst day, you may say, you know what, my life sucks. But your life may be, what somebody else is praying for. So you have to be careful. So I'm going to share a situation with you in my personal professional development that I had to go through because I was dealing with a supervisor that just did not like me. For the life of me, this lady did not like me. No matter what I did, no matter what I said, no matter how I tried to engage, she didn't like me. And I had to realize that I had to stop taking it personal because it wasn't me. I wasn't the issue. The issue was that she was dealing with her own problems on the inside of her that had nothing to do with me. So sometimes you interact with people and you just don't gel. So I use this training. It's called DISC training, DISC, so that you can find out why you just don't gel with people, even in relationships. Why all of a sudden you just don't gel? It's because people change, people are different. And then oftentimes it's just that you just can't get along. And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody is not meant to be around everyone. So it's so important to make sure that you are resolving conflict if possible. Don't leave unresolved situations laying there. And so what I want to say is we talked about quite a bit today, right? We talked about the way that your face looks. We talked about understanding conflict, those communication styles. We talked about active listening. Then we talked about conflict resolution strategies. I even shared my story with you. I also talked about what it is to have your vision board and what your vision board should have on it. We talked about quite a bit. So this video is probably going to be a little long. I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes, but I want to say to you, what did you receive from this information today? And I really want your feedback. So send me some feedback. Again, my name is Dr. Andrea Blue, and it has been a pleasure to share with you and to serve you this morning. But I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. And it's so important for you to reach out and talk to people and interact with people. Get your situations resolved. Don't let them fester because they'll just turn into something else. So, the questions that I asked you today are to support you through your communication processes. And if you're locally in my area, please feel free to join me on our upcoming workshops in person. I would love to have you do that. And this is also an opportunity for you to get to know who I am as we begin to build together. So I look forward to meeting you on the flip side. So be well, everybody, and have an amazing day.